the founders of the Women of Inspiration Awards 2024, and so delighted to hear that the actual awards is the tickets for the awards were going to a charity that we're very familiar with, Luton Food Bank as well. So it's a really exciting event, and to find out a little bit more about it, I'm really pleased to have the wonderful Salma Khan.
Assalamu alaikum.
And we know that name, right? The wonderful Salma Khan, and you'll know that name because it's linked with the Luton Food Bank, mashallah. And also joining me is the lady behind Empowering Education. It's Lobia.
Assalamu alaikum.
Lobia, thank you so much for joining me, both of you, this morning. You can see I'm really excited about talking to you, especially about this wonderful award called Women of Inspiration Awards. It's the first time I understand it's been launched. But before we go into the award, what's your morning been like, ladies?
Very good, actually. Haven't done much at the moment, just replying to emails and stuff. But yeah, it's a good start.
Good start. I love that. Not done much, but replying to emails. And I bet there's about 100 emails that you're replying to. You're a bit of a superwoman, multitasker yourself. So I'm really delighted to have you in the studio talking to me about these awards. What about you, Lobia?
Alhamdulillah, it's been a good, busy morning, and it's obviously even better being here today. So it's been a good morning.
Fantastic. And we're talking about these awards, but before we get on to the awards, I want to ask you, Lobia, tell us a little bit more about yourself, because I've just mentioned Empowering Education. Are they the founders of the award?
Yes, we are. Okay, so my background, so I've been in the education sector for the last 17, 18 years now. So Empowering Education was founded in 2007. We started as a voluntary organization supporting mainly women from different backgrounds who required support in English, ESOL, digital skills, support with application forms, basic support that they needed. And the company that I was working from, which was a corporate company, so we would get a lot of women coming into us, but unfortunately the level of learning was at a higher level, so that was also an education company. So that's when we sat down and we're like, we need to do something for the women of Luton. We started as a voluntary organization. So my background is from the education sector, and there's a lot of obviously charity related work that I do as well. And I really wanted to do something to empower women in different communities, in our communities. And I thought, what better way to start Empowering Education off in 2017 to support people that needed our support.
And thank you very much for doing that. And it's been growing in strength, and you haven't looked back. So much so that now you've got an award.
Oh, yes, we have.
An awards ceremony celebrating all these empowered women that you've been able to engage with and get involved with. Now, Salma.
Yes.
Always a pleasure to have you on Inspire FM. Tell me about your link with the awards and Empowering Education.
So as you know, we're the charity partner for the awards. Lobia and me go way back, actually. We're friends from primary school. So I've been part of her journey through when she was working in the corporate sector, and then when she founded Empowering Education. And I thought it was an amazing thing that she did, because it focused more on our town in the deprived areas. And the work she did was amazing. She works in schools, and she works with the local community, and she fills in gaps where she can. She's also got a soup kitchen, so that works really well with us as the food users there, because obviously we don't do cooked food, and she kind of meets that need along with other people in the community that also provide soup kitchens. So Lobia has been kind of mulling over the idea of doing the Women's Awards for many years now, and so we got together and we thought, let's do this. And it was in her, when someone has something in their mind all the time and it's there, and she just never got around to doing it, and she just need that encouragement and that empowerment, really. And sometimes, she runs Empowering Education, but sometimes she needs empowering as well. So it just started off from there. It was really nice because it happened organically. we were just sitting having a conversation, and it led to a few emails, a few discussions, a few connections, and a lot of people wanted to be part of it. I mean, yes, you know, we helped do the awards, but there are a lot of goodwill out there and people that could see that there was this award that can make a difference in our community, because there's so many women in our community that
Luton is bursting from the seams
Absolutely.
of dynamic women. It's just, I think it's going to be quite competitive. I mean, like, there are so many phenomenal women that I think everybody deserves an award. So how are you going to, how have you actually organised the awards? What categories are there?
Right. So there are many different categories, and I'm sure that the awards are going to grow even more every year. And this is the first one that we've done. So I think there's going to be a lot of learning from us as well.
Okay.
So Lobi, do you want to tell what the categories are?
So we've got plenty of different categories, obviously, from Educator of the Year Award, Fashion and Style Icon, Innovation of the Year Award, Rising Star Award, Mother of the Year Award, and we've got in total 16 awards.
16 categories. So 16 different roles that women can, you know, be nominated for. How absolutely awesome. Folks, if you've just listened it is the Urban Kube, on Inspire FM 105.1 FM. I am joined by the absolutely wonderful Salma Khan from Luton Food Bank, which are a charity partner for the amazing Women of Inspiration Awards, which have been led by Empowering Education. And we have Lobia Begum, who's the founder of the award. 16 categories for women to be nominated under. And I'm sure those categories will get bigger and bigger every year. It's an absolute treat to have these wonderful ladies talking about this award and also celebrating what is amazing about Luton, and it's women. It sure is. It's women, and alhamdulillah, it's been amazing listening into these dynamic ladies, and their journey started at primary school. It started at primary school when they were best buddies there, and now they, you know, it doesn't seem like just yesterday when you think back to
Primary school, yeah.
Primary school. But I want to say something, Salma. I want to say, when you were at primary school, did you ever imagine you would be where you are now? Who were your role models then? Were they any? Or were you too young?
I think my mum was always my role model. I just, you know, I loved the way she was, the way she managed herself and everything. And I never ever thought I'd be in the charity sector, but I've always been in the charity sector. As soon as I graduated, I went into the charity sector. And I think I always believe that you land where you're meant to land. And nice. So I've just never looked back. I really haven't. And being with Lobi, I think we never thought that. I mean, obviously our friendship's been really strong and we're really close, like sisters.
Mashallah.
But we never thought that we'd be working together. Yeah. And
that's crazy. I mean, like some people, you know, that's a very long friendship.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. And the fact that you're working together, and now that sisterhood you are sharing with other women to bring them forward. What's the key to a great friendship?
Trust, understanding.
Yeah, trust mainly, understanding.
And just being there for each other. And I think with friends, there should, like, I know there shouldn't be any level of commitment. Like I always say to Lobia, whenever I see you, it feels like we just left, wherever we left off, we're picking up. There's no, like, sometimes, you know, you meet someone and it's awkward. It never is. We just pick up from where we left off. It's just amazing. I mean, I'm sure there's many friendships out there that are the same.
Yeah.
And but you know, alhamdulillah, we can only just thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for that.
And what about you, Lobia? Say something nice about Salma. You're allowed to. I mean, like, you can do it off the record if you like.
Salma, in my eyes, is like a superwoman. I look up to her. She gives you the best advice, obviously, from her heart. She's such an inspirational woman for me, in terms of not just obviously, you know, just as a friend. She's like a sister. And, you know, whether it's to do with empowering education or any kind of advice, she literally gives you advice from the bottom of her heart. She is an amazing person.
I think you need to nominate her for an award, don't you?
No. I think there's so many amazing women. You know, I work in the community and I see it all, and I think they deserve that recognition. It's really important because, you know, I think some are recognised, but there's some that just do such amazing work.
Yeah, they're very low key, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're kind of under the radar.
Shemiza, you're one of them.
No, Shemiza isn't one
No,
of them.
you are
No,
one
let's
of
not do
them.
this. Let's not do this. This is all about Lobia and Salma right now.
But you know, like we were talking before about your hiking, and that's something that people wouldn't know. And I think that's amazing to do that, especially you, like me, have a big family, and you know how difficult it is to juggle that.
Indeed, it is.
And to be able to find time and to do those kind of things for charity is amazing, Shemiza.
It is, but sometimes I think, gosh, am I being selfish? Because we have this guilt, don't we, as mothers?
Yes.
And, you know, should we be focusing on ourselves and having self-care, or should it just be focused on community, family and children? So it's trying to have that balance and actually being... you know, like, hey, this is for me. I want to do this. It takes guts and courage. I mean, would you agree with that?
Absolutely, I would. I mean, when I grew up with my mum, and like I said to you, my mum's my role model. She used to juggle work and the children, and I mean, I turned out okay. And I think you can be obviously you can be at home mum, or you could be a working mum. It's nothing wrong with it. It's how you manage your time and the relationships you have with your children. And if you can leave your children and go hiking, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you've got people at home,
yes, of course,
people that can with any older children, people have their husbands, they have their grandparents, their uncles and aunties, and that's, you know, where that kind of mentality comes in, where it's a village that helps bring up a child.
See, this is something I'm really glad you've pointed out with, because I don't think there is enough of the village community as we knew whilst we were growing up, and I think it has impacted society. And I agree.
I think we're changing. Our community is moving towards the kind of nuclear type of family model, isn't it?
Yeah.
But going back to the awards,
and this is like motherhood is an award, and is there a motherhood category?
There is Mother of the Year award as
but
well.
I guess every mother is
a hero.
Exactly.
Yes. Alhamdulillah.
But then do you have those exceptional ones that have to go over and beyond, you know, and they have those tests in life that, you know, that are more than other people's. And I think we shouldn't think that every mother is a hero, isn't it?
Yeah.
But some mothers have that kind of thing that they have to have those extra things they have to do for their children.
Indeed. So I love the fact that you're looking at the extras. But who is looking at the extras? How are these awards being judged?
So we have judges that are from across the community. So you've got the charity sector, you've got some of our sponsors as well, and you've got some like top people that are doing the judging, which is really good. And you've got community people and people that work in those sectors as well. So you've got, if it's a mother, you'll have a mother also judging it.
Nice.
So it's done really well. We've got some really good nominations in.
Fantastic. And so that, like, are they coming in then fast and furious?
Yes.
The nominations.
Overwhelmed.
Wonderful. So what are the judges actually looking for when the people put the nominations in?
I guess what stands out, it's like, you know, when you read something and something that stands out straight away and it stays in your mind. It's like anything, isn't it? Like when you're reading an article and you can read several articles, but one of the articles stay in your mind. And that is the one, isn't it?
It could be like one sentence that's been said about that
and obviously
individual.
they have to all agree on it. So
yes, everybody has to agree. So there's lots of judging.
Yes.
So there is a judging panel. Now, folks, if you're listening in, I'm talking to Salma Khan from the Luton Food Bank and Lobia Begum from Empowering Education. Lobia is the founder of this fantastic awards. It's the first award of its kind in Luton happening, which is celebrating the phenomenal women in our town. And it's women from all sectors of the community. And it isn't just about women in the work world. It's also, you know, women at home, in the community, in the education sector. So there's an award for everybody. It sounds super, super exciting. I want to ask, Lobia, when is the award happening?
So the awards are on the 26th of April at 6:30 p.m. at Crescent Hall in Luton.
Wonderful. And what are you wearing?
It is a posh event. And it's evening dress, isn't it?
Evening wear.
Lovely.
Dress to impress.
Yeah. And you sure do. I love your style. So wow, so this is going to be a kind of a glamorous event.
Absolutely. I think women love dressing up,
of
don't
course
they? And why not? This is your opportunity. Go ahead.
This is it an award for the best dressed person?
Maybe next year.
Next year.
And you could be the judge for that.
Oh, bless you. But you do have a fashion icon award in there as well.
Yes, we do.
That's amazing. Maybe, do you have a sporting category?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
You do. Oh, I'm quite intrigued to who that will be. And you know what? Will you promise me something? That I get a chance to interview your winners?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Because that makes me so happy, and I get so excited about that, because we need to hear these stories, right? We need to hear them on Inspire FM, on the Urban Kube show, and that's what it's all about, really positively inspiring the community. And this is what I'm hoping that the awards will do. But in your own words, Lobia, why are these awards important?
These awards, why are they important? So we've been to obviously a lot of awards locally, nationally, and we really wanted to do something to recognize the women from different sectors and the kind of work that they're doing. So these awards, I think, because we're empowering education, we started as empowering women, and we want to recognize the wonderful work that women are doing in our town. And that's one of the reasons why obviously the awards are really important to us.
I think also you got young people growing up, young ladies. I've got a young daughter, you've got young nieces, and to have good role models around you. And you know, we've got 16 categories, you've got 16 role models there, and that doesn't mean that they're the only ones. Even being nominated for an award like that, you know, that shows you that someone out there is actually appreciates you. So having those people out there, it's actually really good for our community to say, look, you know, you can excel in any sector.
I love that. Excel in any sector. There are no barriers to what you can achieve, and this award is definitely going to prove that. Folks, Inspire FM 105.1 is the let me say that again. Inspire FM 105.1 is the show you're listening to, and we're going out to the wonderful people of Luton, surrounding areas, Peterborough and Sheffield this morning on Salam Radio and Link FM. I'm asking you guys to get in touch with us today. Is there somebody that you'd like to put up for a nomination, or do you have somebody in your life that's making a difference? Do WhatsApp us in the studio. We'd love to kind of read that out. We are on Facebook Live, so any comments that you want to leave, do leave them in the comment section. Lobia Begum and Salma Khan are going to be staying with us. We are going to be heading off to a break in about 5 minutes time. I thought we were nearly heading to break, but we're not. So we've got another 5 minutes just before the break to talk to these wonderful women. Now, Salma, Luton Food Bank are the charity partners in this award. Why?
I think when Lobia asked us to be the charity partner, she said, you know, when children are hungry, it's the mothers that feel it the most.
Yes.
And it was the perfect fit for you, wasn't it, Lobia?
Yes, it was.
And I think being mothers, like, you know, we keep saying they're the superheroes, aren't they? And even the carers of children are superheroes. So I think that's why she chose us as the charity partner.
It makes so much sense. I love what you've just said, that mums are the superheroes, and I think it's a sensible choice that having the Luton Food Bank. What about in your own words, Lobia? Why did you decide to contact Salma for this?
I think exactly with what Salma has said. That's the reason why we've chosen Luton Food Bank, and the amazing work that they're doing, obviously, around Luton to support families, children, and individuals. Like, you know, when Salma, obviously, since she's been in Food Bank, you know, I've kind of watched her journey, and, you know, it's amazing work that she does. And, you know, I'm always like, Salma, you're one of the super women in Luton.
She is. Do you know what? Undeniably, I am going to put my hands up.
No, I think it's the community. I think you always have to remember that if there's a woman that is doing really well, there's someone behind them. You know, like we say, when there's a man that's doing really well, there's always a woman behind them. I think I've got a network of friends, supporters, and even my colleagues, my trustees, everything. It's a community thing. Food Bank is not me. It is the community. If the community gives, we are able to give further. And I think that's what we have to remember. I'm just the means of getting that stuff across. But
Salma, there's a lot of courage. You know, you stepped into this role many years ago, and it was a time where there was a lot of taboo associated with food poverty and food banks, and for you to actually go and go into the community and actually say, listen to me, take me seriously. You wear the hijab, you're a visible Muslim woman, a mother, and to have that confidence to actually make people listen to you, it's been remarkable.
I think it's having that passion and being a mother and seeing other children being hungry makes, you feel it, don't you, firsthand, don't you? You're thinking that you don't want anyone else to go hungry. And because I believe in the charity, I see the work and I know exactly where that food is going because I see the users on the other end. I can go see them anytime at any distribution point. And I know the impact that the food is having. For example, if you have someone that's going hungry and you fulfill that need, they're able to take the next steps to take their journey to, whether it's whatever their issue is, they can resolve it.
Indeed.
And if they're hungry, they can't. What they're going to be thinking about, where's my next meal coming from? So I think people should kind of don't underestimate what a tin of beans can do for an individual, because I see that impact firsthand. Lobia has seen it. People that work with me see it. The volunteers see it. It's amazing. But like I said, we couldn't do it without the community.
And this is an award that is celebrating the community. It's all our wonderful heroes that are you, ladies in the community. It's a celebration of the women of Luton. And, not all heroes wear capes.
Absolutely.
Some of them wear coats, some of them wear hijab, some of them wear jumpers, that's what it's all about. And that's what we're celebrating. Folks, I am joined by Lobia Begum and Salma Khan on the show this morning, and I'm talking about this fantastic awards that's happening on the 26th of April, and it's going to be the talk of the town, I think. It definitely is. Now, Lobia, are there any special partners that have been invited to support the show?
Yes,
the awards, not the show.
Yes, of course. So we have Luton Rising, that are our lead partners that have obviously sponsored us, and then we have the sponsors that have supported us a lot. From Luton Rising to 59, CTP, Aegis, Success Makers, NGS, APT, First Childcare, Al-Nika, Shamsi and Agaz Welfare Foundation, and of course Salma, who has supported us. So I want to really, really say thank you to Salma. Ammar Azam from Unleashing Potential. Sikander has been absolutely amazing with the support he's given us. So there has been a lot of people that are part of the awards and that are supporting us, and they believe in the awards and they're encouraging us to go further. And of course, Inspire FM.
Can you just say that again? Of course.
And of course, Inspire FM.
Now, we're not on Facebook Live, guys, but do you know what Salma did? She actually pointed to the sign to Lobia and said, and them. And I saw it with my own eyes. How can you forget us? How can you forget us?
My bad.
Yeah, you're bad. You're totally bad. No, it's all good. It's all in jest, folks. It's an absolute treat when we can have a laugh and a giggle, and because that's what community is all about, coming together and making that difference. And alhamdulillah, that's what we're doing. We're heading to a break now, folks. After the break, still joined by the wonderful Lobia Begum of Empowering Education and Salma from the local Luton Food Bank. And just catch me straight after this. Assalamu alaikum.
This program will continue after the break. Continue listening to Inspire FM. Inspire FM.
Inspire 105.1 FM.
Hi, I'm Saleha. I'm founder of Street Hands. I was on Inspire FM today, which I think is a great platform for people to raise awareness of really good issues. So well done to Shamiza and her team. I just want to leave a message with you guys. Spread kindness wherever you are and just always try to be good people.
Established since 1990, Leagrave Heating Supplies is the largest independent plumbers merchant in the area. And we're the specialists for all types of plumbing and heating, as well as combination boilers and mega flow cylinders. Leagrave Heating Supplies is your first choice for your new bathroom or complete heating system. Visit our showroom at Shawland Lane, Luton to see our latest range of quality bathrooms. Or log on to lhsdirect.co.uk. We're stockists of genuine Baxi spares, and we have a showroom in Bedford too. Leagrave Heating Supplies. Call Luton 84 86 88.
Hello, this is Zafar Khan. I'm chairman of Luton Council of Faiths. I'm Thakur Moraji. I'm a member of Luton Sai Centre.
I'm Maureen Borthone from Holy Family and St John's Parish, and I'm also a trustee of Grassroots.
My name is Farzad. I am from the Luton Baha'i Faith community. We all are listening to Inspire FM 105.1 FM.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم ليس شيء أكرم على الله من الدعاء that there is nothing more honored in the sight of Allah than supplication.
If you are in any desperate situation, ask Allah. If you are in a financial crisis, ask Allah Azza wa Jal.
You are number 19 in the queue.
Tired of hearing this? Waiting weeks for an NHS appointment? Optimise Body and Mind puts your health first.
I took a blood test and found out I was vitamin deficient.
That's right. Urgent GP appointments for just £45. Prompt, personalised care when you need it most.
I took a vitamin injection and now I feel like a new person.
Deal with symptoms, vitamin deficiencies, hormone imbalances and pick up any early signs of illness. Put your health first with Optimise Body and Mind. Call us on 0333 012 4214 or visit optimisedbodyandmind.co.uk to book your appointment today. Your health is our priority.
السلام عليكم بسم الله قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم من رغب عن سنتي فليس مني that whoever abandons my sunnah is not from me.
इस्लामी नुक्ता निगाह से इल्मी और फिक्री मौज़ूआत का जायजा, इस्लाम की इंसानियत साज़ तालीमात का ख्याल अफरोज़ तज़किरा, रवादारी और बक़ाए बामी क़ज़ामिन, फ़िक्र व नज़र की तत्हीर और अख़लाक़ी बालीदगी पर मबनी मौज़ूआत पर ताक़ीकी गुफ्तगू, वक़्त, हालात और माहौल के तक़ाज़ों के मुताबिक समाजी इस्लाह क़ज़ामिन। सुनते रहिए और सवालात पूछिए। इंस्पायर FM पर प्रोग्राम सदाए तकदीर हर बुध दिन 11 बजे प्रोफेसर मसूद अख्तर हजारी के साथ।
From the studios of Inspire FM, the time is now 10:30.
Catch a creative vibe on the Urban Kube with Sister Shamiza.
Assalamu alaikum and a very warm welcome to you. Thank you for staying with me on Where Else? Inspire FM 105.1 FM on the Urban Kube show with me, Shamiza. This is the second part of the show and it's an absolute pleasure to be in your company. As always, we're going out to the wonderful people in Luton surrounding areas, Peterborough's Salam Radio and Sheffield's Link FM. On today's show, we have been talking about our local heroes, and not all heroes wear capes. That's what the saying goes. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because I'm joined by two absolutely remarkable women who have been spearheading a fantastic award celebrating the remarkable women of Luton, mashallah. I'm joined this morning by Lobia Begum. She is the founder of Empowering Education, who have launched this amazing award celebrating the local women of Luton. It's the first time it's been launched. I'm also joined by Salma Khan from the Luton Food Bank. Now, Salma Khan is a name and a voice that you're very familiar with. They are a charity that we have been supporting. And Luton Food Bank are the actual charitable partners for these awards. So it's an absolute treat to have them both in the studio talking to me about this amazing award, which I hope does bring a smile to many, many of the nominees and the winners, inshallah. And I'm sure everyone is a winner and everyone will be celebrated in their own way. Now, Lobia, thank you so very much for joining me. You shared with us on the first part of the show about your journey from primary school with Salma, which is so cute. And now you've definitely left primary school. It's been a very long time. And now you are united to kind of make this award happen. Lobia, when you were at primary school, long time ago, what did you want to be?
Ooh, so I wanted to get into immigration, law side of the things, and that was my dream to do immigration. But obviously, things didn't plan out the way I wanted things. So I've always wanted to do something for people. I've always wanted to help, and from primary onwards, as I was growing up, my everything changed basically. So. I don't know how I got into the education sector. It wasn't something that I wanted to do, but I am in the education sector, and after a very, very long time, I'm also doing immigration as well, with empowering education. So I feel like I am at the right place.
Nice.
And it's something, whatever I wanted to do, I'm happy. I'm happy, alhamdulillah.
May I ask, if you could speak to your 16-year-old self again, what would you say to her?
Ooh, okay. Follow your dreams.
Follow your dreams.
Follow your dreams. Be confident, and encourage women and break barriers, especially the cultural barriers.
There's some wise and strong words there, and I think I can resonate with you regarding that. Is that then why empowering education was set up, do you think?
Empowering education was set up to support women from BAME communities. And yes, I think that's one of the reasons, to help support women break barriers and to support women gain confidence in their skills and their abilities.
Have you seen a change in our communities? And when we refer to our communities, is there a particular cultural community that you focus on?
No, I think we in general support every woman that walks into our center. And there's so many examples that I can give you in terms of the Pakistani community, for example. You still see a lot of women lack confidence. They have a lot of barriers they still need to break. They have language barriers. They have digital skills barriers. They have barriers where they don't believe in their skills or abilities to do better, and that could sometimes kind of keep them at the same place that they're at.
Of course.
Even we get a lot of women coming into our center where they need support with the basics, such as filling in an application form, whether it's online or it's offline, because they can't read and write. And sometimes we feel like we're going back to when our parents maybe immigrated, because we are getting a lot of people now coming from different countries to settle in the UK. And they don't have the knowledge, they don't have the skills, and that's what we're trying to teach them. You've got to have certain skills, and in order for you to have these skills, you've got to come out of your you've got to come out of your comfort zone. Basically, you need to learn things in order for you to move forward, for your children to move forward. So there's a lot of stuff that we're doing with empowering education, from walking with the women, where we're teaching them English and we're speaking to them in English, and then that's also taking care of their health and well-being. And at the same time, we're doing workshops on mental health and well-being. We're doing hiking for men and women. We're doing.
Did you just say hiking? Okay, all right. Now you're talking, girl. And she just said hiking, and I got a little bit excited. Salma, why did I get excited?
Because you're a hiker.
I love that. It's wonderful, because I wouldn't have expected you to mention that in the lineup of things that you do with your groups. Now, I'm sure a lot of people listening and want to know, where is Empowering Education and how can they get in contact?
Okay, so Empowering Education, we are based on 74 Dalla Road, which is literally around the corner from Inspire FM. Our contact details can be found on obviously all of our social media. Our contact number is 07555 726 984. So you could get in touch with us through our details that I've just mentioned. We're also on social media as well, and we're based in a lot of the schools, so we do a lot of outreach work.
Okay, that's good.
We also work with the local churches as well, so we're supporting asylum seekers, we're supporting refugees, we're supporting a lot of immigration work as well. So we're based literally everywhere in Luton as an outreach centre, but our main office is on 74 Dallow Road. And then we've got 2 branches up north as well, because we're trying to do this nationally, where we're supporting women nationally.
Fantastic work. And that is Lobia Begum talking to us about empowering education, and that's based in Dallow Community Centre. Folks, if you've tuned in, this is Inspire FM 105.1 FM. I'm Shamiza on the Urban Kube show, and I am talking to 2 absolutely fantastic women who are empowering other women in the work that they do. And we've been just talking on the first part of the show about this absolutely fantastic award ceremony. Salma, tell us more about what this award is called and why it's a wonderful, wonderful platform.
So it's called Women of Inspiration Awards, and it's a platform where women of Luton, the community of Luton, will be recognised, and it's the first of its kind. And I think it's, like I said to you before, it's amazing to have good role models for the young girls that are growing up. And I know there's so many of them in the town. I meet so many women, and, you know, I'm in awe of them always. You know, you're one of them. And there's so many out there. You know this as well, Shamiza.
Oh my gosh, I do. Like everybody in my circle, you know, honestly, I am so in awe of the women of this town, and they have helped me on my journey of growth. And when you have women, the sisterhood there, it empowers you. It makes you brighter, bolder, stronger, and nurtured as well. And I think there's an element of nurturing that happens in Luton amongst women. Not, you know, everybody has their own like weird quirks. That's cool. Yeah, I'm down with that. Yeah. I am that. But it's all good, you know. Come as you are, and I think that's the most important thing. Come as you are, and be who you need to be. And I think that's something we need to maybe advocate and celebrate more. Be who you want to be, or be who you need to be. And you know, Salma, you keep throwing this at me like, oh, I'm an inspiration.
You are.
But I'm going to throw that back to you, because like I said, you know, this level of courage that you've entered spaces that we wouldn't see somebody of your appearance and your background in. So that has opened opportunities, and actually made me feel very proud observing you, because, you know, you are being taken seriously. You are being taken seriously as a Muslim woman in a hijab in spaces that you might be the only one there. That's representation, and that's amazing.
And I think hopefully it inspires, you know, girls from our sector, women even from our sector, that we can do it. And I think it's perseverance, isn't it? And it just happens organically. I'm not going to say that, oh my God, I got this magic wand, or I went on this special course or anything.
God, no, it's been over years. It's been over years, and you've built that trust, and you've built that confidence. And when people see Salma, they don't see Salma like Salma in a hijab, they see Salma Food Bank Salma.
I think they just call me Food Bank.
Food Bank Salma. That's like, everybody knows Food Bank Salma, and that's a beautiful thing when people actually see you as the person and what your purpose and who you are, rather than the exterior. It's the internal elements. Lobia, would you agree with that?
Definitely agree with that. Salma is somebody that inspires me and a lot of other girls, even one of my sisters. So she's a beautiful, inspiring friend as well. So.
And they knew each other from primary school. That's so cute.
That's why she's saying all that.
I know. I want to see what you two are like when you're really, really silly.
You don't want to.
You don't want to see that. Or fly on the wall and see what, because you're so composed and you're so sensible.
I think I'm like the serious type.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yes, and Salma will be the silly type when we're like together. Like,
cute.
When we go out, Salma is very funny and everything, and I'm like sat there thinking, okay.
She's always composed, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. I think it's nice, isn't it, when opposites attract.
Yes.
And you've got one silly friend and one not so silly friend. I have one particular friend that we just have to, when people see us, they're very much like, how can these two be friends? But we just bring out the silliness in us, and I love that. Yeah. Heart should always stay young, doesn't matter how old you get. And that's why I ask people, do you have a friend that you've been with at primary school? Who's your oldest friend? Give them a shout out. Put it on our Facebook page, Inspire FM Facebook page, on the comment section. Tag them in so that they know that they're loved by you. We talk about everything on this show, and I think there's an element of honesty as well, isn't there? And sometimes you could have a friend that annoys the hell out of you, but you can rely on them. And it's just been accepting people for who they are. Absolutely. And accepting their authentic self. And everybody has one of those. Mashallah, friends are a blessing, alhamdulillah, for those people who have that in their lives. God, I'm getting a little bit emotional, aren't I? Oh. So the awards, super, super excited. I want to ask you, who's hosting them?
Well, do you want it to be a surprise, or do you want
is it a secret?
Yeah, let's keep it a surprise.
Well, it's clearly not me, because I don't know anything about it. Oh dear. Well, it's a surprise, folks. You need to come to the awards to actually see what's going on. Now, folks, is there going to be a follow-up to the awards? Is there a website?
Yes, we will have social media pages, and we'll have people interviewing on the day anyway.
Nice.
So we'll have the winners that will be interviewed. You can interview them too.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
You can even speak to our host as well afterwards, because she's born and bred in Luton as well. Ooh. And she's an inspirational woman too.
Ooh. Now, I'm thinking, who's the most famous person that's born and bred in Luton? Because I know you guys pull things out of a hat, so it's going to be quite exciting.
She's not necessarily famous,
Okay.
but she is prominent, and she is a trailblazer.
Oh, nice.
I think when Lobi and me were discussing this, we wanted someone young, and we wanted someone who can connect to the community, and
somebody who will inspire the young generation.
Hold on a minute. So only young people inspire?
No. We're trying to give the platform to the young
people.
generation.
Nice.
That's what it was. I mean, we could have got someone who was experienced and
or a celebrity,
but why should it be someone that we need? Someone young, because it gives them the platform. And for me, we were thinking long term that this person will then grow into the role as well.
I like how they've done this. Yeah. I really like how you've done this. It's
you're not
cool.
thinking it's going to be a one-off award.
No, it's not. I hope it's not.
Yes, we want the young women to be inspired by obviously everybody and become future leaders. Sometimes I feel like that's what we're lacking. We want to create future leaders where it's mainly women.
Absolutely. Brilliant. You know what? You're ticking all the right boxes. This is sounding absolutely amazing. I'm so excited to be interviewing you guys about this and seeing this as something that's going to have growth over the years, because I think that's what we need to do. We need to do things that are consistent, that have longevity, and it's a real celebration of everything that's wonderful in Luton. And the women in Luton are the ones that actually keep the communities connected, be that in, the private, public, or, sector, or even from the home, because it does start from the home. Mashallah. Folks, it's the Urban Kube with me, Shamiza, taking you all the way up to 11 o'clock. And today we're talking about inspirational women. Is there an inspirational woman in your life that you'd like to send a shout out to? You can do so. Put it on to our Inspire FM Facebook page. Leave it in the comment sections. And then, inshallah, just celebrate who you think needs celebrating. And the awards are happening on the 26th. Is it too late for people to be applying? Or is it closed now?
So the deadline has been closed. Okay. So it's too late to nominate.
But there's always next year.
Next year, yes. So yes, make sure you keep this show saved and listened into, and it's for next year. And wow, it just sounds so exciting.
Shamiza, can we ask you a question? Who is your inspirational woman?
My mum. Oh. I will always say my mum, and yeah, she's somebody, and my nanny, my mother's mother.
Oh, wow.
My mother's mother, because I think the women in my family, with the limited resources that they've had and the way they have been able to bring their children up, and I am not an inch on my mother. If I look back at me at my age and what she achieved at her age, it might not be, the qualifications or the typical merits, but my gosh. She's wow. So
see, for me, when I even think about that, obviously our mums came from Pakistan to here. And even if we just move to a different area, we find it so like daunting.
Yeah.
And can you imagine coming to
Exactly.
this country, not speaking the language, not knowing what food you're going to eat? It's like when
Indeed.
you go on holiday,
Yeah, yeah.
and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to eat the food that I've got at home, and having to live that life, and then with people that speak a different language, that
away from your family.
It's just what they did is phenomenal.
Exactly.
It
And
really
I
is.
think there needs to be more celebration of that and more recognition, because they, a lot
agree.
of them got married very early on, came to this country with just a suitcase
Yeah.
and maybe £5, and they're, and the struggles of the fathers trying to get work, a different culture, and we take that for granted. We actually do take that for granted. They paved the way for our success. They paved the way for us not to achieve, considering the pain and the trauma and the discrimination and the poverty that they experience.
Yeah.
You know what? We need to fix up. We really need to fix up.
They looked after families back home
Oh
as
my
well.
God, financially
Yeah.
too. And
so for me, if there was anything, I would love to recognize that, like,
Mhm.
our mothers, because when I think of what they went through and what they did, and like you said, they paved the way for us, that needs to be recognized, and listen to their stories.
Oh gosh, yes. And I'm really glad you've said that, Salma. And I really do hope that, Lobia, you because you are connected to the older generation, that we could combine forces and maybe do something to, I've always thought of doing a podcast with the
Maybe
Auntie
this
Gs.
is a project
This
forming.
is, in
Live on air.
Even in our apni zaban mein bolna hai, like let them speak, express themselves, because I think this is so important before those stories are lost, because we need to say thank you
Yes.
to our mums, and I know they have their own way of managing us,
Yes.
and they were quite it was tough love,
Yeah.
but it came from a good place.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And I think I am the woman I am because of my mother. And I am the woman, my mother is the woman she is because of her mother.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't forget that. And I am, I'm
Grateful, yeah.
Gosh, grateful.
Yeah. And I think, in Islam, they say your mother comes 3 times before your father. And that's why it is, because they endure so much for their children.
SubhanAllah. And they did.
Yeah.
They did. And they did it with such patience and compassion and sabr. I think we learn the term sabr from our mothers, but then we've re-educated ourselves that there are certain things that we shouldn't be tolerating under the guise of sabr.
Yes.
So I think we are now understanding that, yes, they had a way about them, but it wasn't always the right way, but we're learning to be better parents. Are we better parents for it?
Questionable.
It's questionable. It's questionable. Because I'm thinking to myself, my mum would say this to me and I'd do it in an instant. She could I could see her eyebrow raising or feel her eyebrow raising on the first floor, and I'll do what she wants. I could be going on and on at my children. It makes no difference. What is going on?
I think the challenges for us as parents are very different to what our parents experienced. Our children are exposed to a lot more. There's a lot more influence of the outside world on our children, while ours was more contained. It was our parents, we listen to what they say, and it goes by what they go, and we didn't have any outside influence.
That's a very, very good point, because they were the king and the queens of the castle. You had to abide by their rules, and there was no other interference. There were no these you have this right, you have that right, you have this right, which is, it was to I don't want to be ignorant and to stay. Sorry, I'm losing my words here. What I'm trying to say is, we are educated, and young people are more educated on what their rights are. Then it was only our mum and dad were the rule.
Yeah.
And we followed those rules. And in some instances, it worked very, very well. At other instances, it didn't work for families per se. But we're a lot more aware. But it goes back to what you said about community. There was a village that brought up the family, and this new system of family. I think we need the villagers. We need to help us bring our children up, support, because I think of the extended family, there was somebody to rely on.
I totally agree, because I think, I don't know you as a parent, but your children stop listening to you because it's the same voices saying the same things again and again. But then if you have an aunt or an uncle or a grandparent or anybody, then it's somebody else kind of putting their arms around them and saying, well, they are right, or, it gives it a different angle. But at the moment, if it's just you and your husband or the mum and dad only, it makes it quite difficult.
And that's another very interesting point that you've raised there, because I think that makes a lot of sense, because I like the way you said that. If they put their arm around them and explain it to them in a different way, same point but a different tone, makes a massive big difference. It helps them calm down. So I think families are important, definitely
important, yeah.
And I think I look back at my childhood and I can see the value of an extended family, and yeah, gosh, we're getting really quite deep here, aren't we?
Oh, we
it's
are.
It's good. Do you think we need to have a special podcast around
we could talk forever,
we
Shumaiza.
can, but we need to get back to the point of the show. Lobia, any thoughts on that?
I totally agree with you guys, obviously, in terms of like my role model for me was for my daddy. You know, there was a lot that I learned from her, and my mom, and then my dad, obviously. And I come from a very, very big family. So there's 8 sisters, 2 brothers.
Oh,
and then I've got lots of nieces and nephews, and we're still, in terms of like, we're living together. So it's really, really good, because, you know, like there's so many people you could turn to for support, for a little chat or anything. And then I've seen where there's just like small families, and it's really, really difficult. So again, in our family, there's a lot of people that inspire us as well, and, you know, we go and ask for advice, look up to. So I totally agree with you guys.
Yeah, and I think we need to celebrate that more. Maybe.
And I think Lobia's really lucky because their family's still living that extended village life, aren't they?
That is amazing. I mean, that must have its you've got your plus, and then I mean, it can't be always perfect.
We like it.
You like it? I love that. She's so positive.
Yeah.
I'll ask her after the show, off the record. Come on, tell me. Like, really? But that's what you're familiar with. I don't think you could cope in absolute silence, could you?
No.
You can't, because you like the energy and wow.
And, you know, there's so many of us. There's always like somebody that you could turn to, and like there's times where you know, if you go round to mom's and it's only just like one person at home and we're like, where's everybody else? I'll come back when everybody's at home. So,
oh, wow. Wow. And what about you, Salma?
I value family a lot. My children, they're around their grandparents as well. I do understand the challenges that people have nowadays as well, because they have to be in nuclear families. It's not their choice. But you can make a network through your community, like your friends. So there's always ways of doing it. And there's so many people out there that like to form friendships, and, you know, they can be their aunt and uncle. So I think there are opportunities there. We just need to tap into them.
Wise words there. They are, you know, she's always full of wisdom, this one. It's wonderful. And I think you've seen that experience through working with the Luton Food Bank, how important it is to keep and build those networks.
Yeah, actually, quickly, if I can say, like, you know, in our community probably don't use the food bank as much. And I think the reason is obvious, because the family comes first. So you turn to your family first.
Okay.
But it is changing now. That is changing, where people are more using the food bank more from our community. And that shows me that the dynamics are changing as well.
Interesting. Just looking at that, observing that, and you can see a societal change as well culturally. How fascinating. It's been fascinating, guys, having you joining me on the show, and I hope it's not going to be the last time. I've really loved speaking to you. Thank you so much for everything you're doing through Empowering Education, Lobia, and also the Food Bank, Salma, and just being an all-round fantastic human being. Folks, a pleasure speaking to you. Inshallah, stay safe, stay happy, and just keep smiling. And ladies, anything you want to say before we go?
Thank you to Inspire FM, the community that listens to us and donates to the food bank. And thank you, Shumaiza.
Thank you, Shumaiza, Inspire FM, and obviously Food Bank. Thank you, Salma, for being part of Women of Inspiration Awards. And we look forward to seeing you all there.
Inshallah. And from me, Assalamu alaikum.